We're live and we're loud, and George literally just walked into the room.
Nice
because
haircut.
He decided to get late, and I'm Marine Corps out right now. This is the last time you're going to see me completely Marine Corps out. See, everybody just went live. We just got the notifications.
Yep.
I got notifications that Tyline went live. He got notifications that Cross went live, and everybody's going nuts right now. So. Yeah, so I'm all gussied up. I'm cleaned up. I had to.
That's like literally a zero.
Yeah, well, the idea is I don't.
You gotta do it next week.
Right. Right. So next week, here's the thing. I technically work for the Marine Corps because I'm not on the skill bridge.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that.
Right.
There's
So
a problem going streaming and smoking bacon.
that's fine. Hello, Miss Elise. Hello, Rendell.
Hi, that's for you. We'll start.
And we got
Thank you.
Rox. And we got the little ladies here. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're
You didn't
downstairs.
just turn them loose down in Jacksonville?
You gonna use those
Not
cups?
yet.
Not yet. Yeah, just whatever you want.
What do you
I'm gonna go do
want?
this.
So as you can see, George was late, so he's completely not even set up, not ready to rock. Ooh, I need you to grab that mount too, whenever you get a chance. We got a little rocky start this time. This is going to be our rockiest start since our first one back in January. We've been.
I got some good news that we'll share about Powerful though.
Oh, well, we're not talking about that yet. Okay.
Terry saying, "Oh my, pretty Chaz."
He does have a pretty face right
All right, Terry. All right.
now. What do you want in your cup?
Hi. Oh, yeah.
Well, you've got an ice cube and a drink ready for you too.
Because that is going to be my coffee.
That's where you're gonna make the cold brew on.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so I had to go in, do a pack today, start working on the final paperwork so they could have my DD-214 ready for me to pick up on Tuesday, and I could have that little safety blanket. So that's one. I grabbed the other one in the box. Oh, in the box. Yeah. So this is the old school version of the Yamaha, right? This is the same one that I got on the back of mine because I got the first run on the back of mine. I have no purpose of replacing it. I mean, once you buy one of these, you have it forever. It probably will outlast your boat. This could be a murder weapon.
I was gonna say, well, for those that haven't, I mean, it is like a three.
Open that one.
Pounds or something.
Open it
Now,
up.
here is what made it all happen to begin with for DD-214. This is the Yamaha, or excuse me, the Mercury 4-stroke mounts right here. And this one, I made a promise to somebody at the Bassmaster Classic. Let me change that. Okay.
Oh yeah, so it can fit the new ones too.
The new ones?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm thinking something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She's talking about the new style of Yamahas.
No, for the 150s.
Oh,
That's what I was
that's not
thinking.
this.
Yeah,
No, that's a totally
I was
different
thinking something different. Sorry.
Those are, I like those because when you want to work on someone's motor, you can just kind of sling it down.
No, I have to do is tip it up.
You know, that's
This
what I'm saying,
falls.
and it just rolls down. You know,
Right.
like the old school 45-inch long ones that got bungee cords all over the place.
Yeah. So, again, this another murder weapon that you got right here.
Let's get bludgeoning objects on the sides of it too.
These are the same. These are the same material, right? That is. Have you ever looked under the suspension of your truck, right, and seen like where the leaf springs touch your?
Are you
chassis?
talking about those the rubber spacers?
That's what those are. The exact same thing.
That's why it costs so much money. It seems like $100 a piece for your truck.
But no, these are what, 230, 245?
Yeah.
Something like that. But the reason why they are, I mean, okay, you know how to weld. You're a welder, right? This is aluminum welds.
Well, yeah, the old welding trick. They goes, interview for a weld. You do one crappy weld, one good weld, because the job postings, $15 to $40 an hour. And you're like, there's each one.
Um, nice tangent.
It's very clean.
So you got clean welds, and this is all of them. This is mass produced, yet you got clean welds on every single one of them, right? You got a lifetime warranty on it, and it is solid aircraft grade aluminum, right?
Those are
Literally
$239.
Huh?
$239.
239. So it between 235 and 245, right? So 239. So these are
Ryan said that those things are called bump stops.
pump shops.
You bump it, then you stop.
But these aren't going anywhere. They will outlast the life of your boat. In fact, if I were to have one of these, I would keep it, put a shitty one on the boat that I'm selling,
And
and
keep,
keep this same. Just because it's going to last, right? So that is one of the biggest complaints we get about our DD26 stuff is the cost of it, right? When you actually get it in your hands, you
it's
realize
got
why.
$100 of metal on it, like just raw metal.
Yeah, raw
It
material.
weighs like 5 pounds.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not
It's not a
Yeah.
light thing.
no.
And then you got your steering stops. Now, we all know we can go get the cheapo steering stops of plastic, right? And you've used them, I've used them.
Who makes those? I think it's TH Marine. They make
TH Marine makes some.
little plastic snap-ons that get sun rotted. You pull it off and it breaks in half.
And then you got the orange plastic ones. I don't even know who makes them. So on and so forth.
Ryan Wong said the welded gussets on those are awesome. The DD26 mounts is a beast.
And then you got your steering locks, right? Now these steering locks are specifically for your standard bass boat steering column, right? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head the size of it, but
C-Star.
Sea-Star, right? Standard bass boat size.
Oh.
Sea-Star has a bunch of different sizes.
3/4.
Yeah.
I think it's 3/4.
I'm talking about length here.
4 inches.
Yeah, 4. Thank you. They're 4 inches on either side. The entire length of the steering rod. She's trying to help. Anyway, you can get them different sizes, but the majority of them, and the ones we have on right here, they're going to fit pretty much every bass boat that's out there. And then most of your intro boats too are going to have the
So you
same.
probably fit anything that's not a twin motor application, because that's where you start having to change sizes, fit a
Right.
tie bar into it.
So those ones you can even change out those black clips on
Yep.
to the different sizes, and it will go down to a 3 3/4 inch.
And that's another neat thing about these clips, right? One of these wears out, you get a whole DD26, they'll send you a brand new one.
The 350s and above, you'd need a bigger one too, I think.
Yeah.
I think that requires a bigger cylinder.
Yeah, well, they go for it. It's a bigger motor. But I had the old version of these on my boat. Again,
I mean,
like
they
said,
still snap in hard like they're new too.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're actually kind of a pain in the ass to get off, which is a good thing. They're not going to fall off. So this is what you're getting when you get your DD26 stuff, and that's
I like these.
Yeah.
This brand in particular, just by how heavy duty they are.
Yeah, and he doesn't make anything cheap. Yes, you pay for it up front, but I mean, okay, say you go with other brand X. We're not going to name them.
This saves you $2,000 of replacing a steering cylinder when you crack it.
There's that.
There's no leaking because it's not getting pushed side to side. You're saving your trim cylinder with this.
Well, here's the point. I've had those on my boat for the last 3 years since they've been in production, right? We just flushed my steering. There's really nothing wrong with it.
No,
It had a little bit of play in it.
new fluid. That was pretty much it.
That boat's 6 years old, right? It's the first time ever to flush that steering on that Sea-Star system. Why? Because I always lock the steering every time that I put it on the trailer. So the problem was, like with the old plastic ones, I was replacing those about once a season because they would get worn out, they get beat up, so on and so forth.
And that sun.
Honestly, the sun wasn't that big a deal because the only time that they were in the sun for me, and this is just
When
me,
you're trailering somewhere,
when I'm trailering somewhere, otherwise the boat is in
the garage or these are in the back of the truck.
Right. So the sun wasn't a big problem for me. It was more so, just from the vibrations on the road, would just beat the living shit out of it.
Yeah.
So, so these are just some product highlights that we got for today.
Screw covers.
Yeah. So, RJ at Powerhouse Lithium was talking about wanting to get one of those. The only problem is that he wanted a blue one because he likes blue. Blue's his thing. If you haven't noticed, Powerhouse Lithium, all of their colors are blue, like that really teal blue, which is the DD26 blue that they send this stuff out in. However, we don't have one in
On
blue
hand.
on hand. We have plenty ready to ship out to you, but not here on hand. I can just run down to the store, the post office, and ship to you right now. So there's that. So that's just a little thing that was going on. Wanted to show those off. Other than that, we got some awesome news going on.
Todd Williams says, "What's up from Key West?"
Oh, it's Ray's on vacation this week. He said we could go with him if we wanted to go, but he wouldn't pay for it. I thought that if you invite someone on vacation, you're supposed to pay for it.
Yeah.
You
So
would have been able to go anyways. There's too much stuff to do right now.
For you.
Excuse me?
There's fighting words right there. It's
Key West it is, because I'm not staying here.
So big news. Okay, so this is next week's live is going to be very different. So if you're used to chiming in at the same time every Friday, we might go live a little bit at this time next week. It will not be organized. It will not be. There will be some debauchery going on. So
Not an open. There's not going to be a discussion forum, if you will.
there might be some discussions, but
Might not be able to understand
Yeah,
it.
you may be able to understand it. You may not want to understand it. There'll be some more stories going on. There'll be some craziness. It'll be a good time. But we will be going live probably starting about 11:45 in the AM Eastern time. So those of you guys on the West Coast cats out there, be ready to tune in at 8:45 in the morning. That's 3 hours for you guys. Don't do math good.
I also had to think about which finger I was going to start with too.
So that will be the entirety of my retirement ceremony. The que finito, if you will. So it's a weird time. 20 years of wow. And now we're getting ready to start World War III, so fuck it. Getting out of a good time.
Yeah.
Adam's mother is on here. She's saying, "This is Adam's mother. Wanted to say thank you for supporting my son this year as he follows his dreams fishing the National Professional Fishing League."
We are absolutely happy to have Adam along with us. So with that being said, has Adam
Yeah,
gone?
he's on here.
He's on. All right. Have you accepted? Well, before we get to that, all right, Adam, I'm sorry. We'll get you. All right. So Adam's going to be our guest tonight. I want to cover a bunch of stuff before we get him on because once we get him on, we're going to talk about his rookie event and so on and so forth. So we have some big news for Cross Industries, and this is just another little little hint for everybody out there. And I love torturing my friends, so this is what I'm going to do to you. Leaving a big ass question mark out there for everybody. But so we placed an officer. We placed an offer at the beginning of the week on the new home of Cross Industries, and it was accepted. So pretty much as soon as I am done with my VA appointments up here and submitting my VA claim, I will be on the road and down there, and we will be doing a joint Friday Night Live. Huge from Florida.
Hugo, if you will.
Hugo. It is better than Stiglitz, though, because we kill more Nazis.
Corey says hi.
What's going on, Corey?
Cheers.
So, yeah. So big things to come. Big things to come. A lot of work left to do to finalize the deal as it goes. So, but we're not making anything public yet, as I'm not sure my future employees even know that they're going to be my future employees. So, I don't want to make that that known before their current employer tells them. That's be a horrible way to find out that you're getting a new boss. You're right. So, but they could have worse people, I think, maybe not, I don't know, as their soon-to-be new boss. Because that lady with red hair, soon to be, I don't know, dirty blonde.
I have no idea.
She doesn't know what she's going to do.
Is there going to be a surprise?
She's
Yeah.
going to get surprised.
Yeah.
We have a good friend of ours down in Miami who is a hairstylist. He also runs an organization called Fishing with America's Finest. And they have coined the term piscatorial therapy.
Piscatorial
Yes.
therapy.
And it's a mental health thing for veterans that he does down there in the Everglades. He's got a bunch of chapters. I was supposed to open a chapter up here between trying to get things open with the club and then some drama that occurred there and some other stuff just never worked out. However, I'm going to leave the seed with you, George, to open the chapter.
You're going to have one in your new home?
Huh?
You're going to do the same thing in...
Oh, yeah. It's going to be easier for me down there because pretty much I'm going to put somebody in charge of it, and then that's why I'm running around with the chickens and head cut off. But I do, before I get out of here, I want to put you in touch with Neil Stark. Not to be confused with Stark Industries. He's just a phenomenal dude. Excellent human being. So, and he's a basket guy. Right? So that makes him even better.
He drives a nice boat.
He does. And it is colored like the Joker. Black, lime green, and purple.
I'm curious now. I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
It's a
color
Joker
combo.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a little white in it too.
I was going to say, is there like a weird white-red tint anywhere in it too?
Yeah. Oh, the black it's what they call Malibu. No, I think it's Malibu black is what they call it. It's got a little red flake in the black.
Okay, so it's not like your red at all then, or your black.
No. Like you talking about the boot? Yeah, no. That's jet black. That's just straight black. Right? No. He's got, I think it's Malibu red, which is black with red flake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet it looks slick.
Oh, it does. So, anyway, so big things to come. I'm excited to get down to Florida. I will be there probably in about 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Jesus.
Yeah. The retirement's next week.
I know.
That time flies when you're having fun.
Oh God. And before we move on to Adam, I want to thank George and Elise for allowing me to go interrupt them as much as I did down at Tideline and take over their shop. Breaking my back over making installs with BBT stuff on a Ranger.
There was a lot of stuff you put on that.
Wow. Yeah, that was,
It
I
was
worked my ass off.
A lot of stuff.
And I wanted to slap them at the end. But
We just needed to make you know what it feels like.
yeah, I know. Then, but you know, I got some really valuable experience. I enjoyed my time with you guys.
Well, you get to see the bad parts of, not necessarily bad parts, but the
They're frustrating.
parts that are frustrating because generally it's frustrating because no matter how it plays out, it's an unfortunate circumstance for the consumer, and you don't have a solution like a good, like when I say good solution, it's either a costly solution
Right.
or just not in favor, like it's not in their best fit, you know, something catastrophically fail, you know.
You're doing everything you can for their best
Yeah.
interest, but it
It's
sucks.
kind of like being an ER doctor, right? Like
Yeah.
generally it's not the best case scenario when someone brings your boat to you to
Mhm.
get work done.
It's not working if it comes to it.
Yeah, so unless you get the luxury of getting the installs done.
Excuse me, George.
OnStar wants to tell you that you need to renew your OnStar services.
Scott saying nice socks there, Dad.
You could pull them up a little bit more if you wanted to, it looks like.
I'm opening that box tomorrow, Scott.
No, you're not. He will not, Scott. I'll make sure of it.
Fight me.
I will.
She will.
I'm going to drink this like a food.
George, I might need your help.
Well, you're going to Washington, so I mean, you gotta get used to doing that shit.
Yeah. I've already learned how to use other words other than the curse words.
Oh, dude, I'm not even like. If I go that direction, that's not even gonna change.
Like sugar means a lot of bad words.
Nope.
Chaz doesn't have that capability.
Well, see, the problem is
No,
about
I'm gonna
words.
straight up
Did
baby
you
cracker.
know that the word shit is not allowed on any publicly broadcasted network, like if it's like a radio? The word shit.
Yeah.
You can watch TV and see all of this crap. Like you can, they got the damn Squid Games on TV, but you can't say shit on the
I
radio.
think you can say bitch though.
Well, yes, because bitch is a female dog.
So
I'm
just yell that instead. Every time you want to say shit.
That's true, because whoever takes that soundbite would lose their license for playing it over and over again. No, they wouldn't, because they could probably say it.
I would like to know where in the Constitution it says that.
Page 4,512.
Yeah, well, there's not 4,512 pages in the
Ask Joe
Constitution.
Biden. There is. Sorry, I had to make fun of the old bastard. I don't think you can say bastard on the air either. Like on the
No comment. I don't have DD 214 yet.
couple more days. Couple more days.
Almost.
I'm
All
gonna-
right, are we ready for Adam?
We are ready for Adam because this just took a nosedive, and Adam will revive us. So, please, Adam, come save us from this nosedive conversation and tell us all about your first event with the National Professional Fishing League out at Lake Cumberland in Tennessee.
It was a grind.
You're sharing a
That's
screen.
like the only word for it is grind.
Okay, I can't hear.
I say, how do you hear him? How do you?
Wrong
I'm just
way.
doing
Say
this.
that
Can you
again.
hear me?
I can hear you now. Are we
Can you
getting
guys
some
hear
kind
me?
of feedback? Let's get this from the audience. I want to make sure that we're not getting any kind of strange feedback or anything like that.
Guess he used that share.
It could be this head
Yeah.
I'm not hearing any feedback off of this.
I know we're not going to hear anything.
Scott, can you tell me, is there any
How about
feedback?
now? Is that better?
No, Adam, I think we're good. I just want to make sure that everybody else that's not us is good.
Oh,
Scott
Okay.
saying hi, Mr. Savage.
Well, Scott's not saying anything. 'Cause
Sounds good here.
how's it going?
Scott likes to complain, so we would know.
Well, that's only because you threatened
Sounds
open his
good.
box.
No feedback.
What's in the box?
You don't get it now.
What's in the box?
Pandora. Well, now I just ruined the
Azure, get out of
surprise.
here.
No.
I told him it was Pandora. It's too late.
Okay.
You know what the stress that I'm put under by knowing what's in that box? He literally tried stabbing me because of it.
He's giving me death glares right now.
I know.
It's my favorite.
If you didn't show me, I wouldn't have this guilt over my head.
Okay, hey, you know what? Shut up about the box. Adam, we got you.
No
You
more
talk.
boxes.
Tell us about your first event. How was it? How was practice? How is the experience of going to weigh-in? Everything like that. Lay it on us.
Okay. Yeah. Pre-practice was awesome. I was catching smallmouth. If you had asked me back then what I thought it was going to take to win, I would have said 20 pounds a day. But then we had, of course, the grace period there where you can't be on the water, which is, I think it's 20 days prior to the first day of official practice.
Mhm.
And so fast forward some and get the week of the tournament. First day of practice, I did a lot of running, never put in at Burnside in the river. And pretty much just made a line to the dam because at the time I thought, that's where I'm going to spend most of my time is on that lower end, the south end. And on the second day of practice, I practiced up in the river. And I actually got on something which I knew was going to be key during the tournament because of the rain. I was catching fish in the run-ins, which is no secret. Usually everybody does it. And you got an influx of water coming in, especially in the wintertime. And those run-ins were warmer, anywhere from like 4 to 5 degrees, some even warmer than that. I knew that I wasn't going to be the only guy doing that. So that second day of practice, I decided I'm going to run around and find out where there's already water running in at and where there's going to be water running in at for the tournament because I knew we were going to have rain for 2 days. So get out there. Practice went good. I didn't catch any like big fish. Like I said, I mainly just burnt gas because I'm pretty familiar with the lake. Day one of the tournament, we get on the water and they cancel it due to the conditions. So they canceled day one and day two, which was a good call on the ownership group because it's a Highland Reservoir, a little bit of rain. I think we got 4 inches of rain and the water rose 14 foot. So
Wow, dude,
all
that's
the wood,
incredible.
the couches, refrigerators, all that stuff was in the lake. So it was very dangerous to run on. So what they did was we all had a shootout on a Saturday, and they gave us an option. We can put in at Burnside, which is in the river. We could put in at Conley Bottom, which puts you about mid-lake, or you could put in at the lower end at Holcomb's, which is at the dam. So that last day before our tournament started, I took my truck, drove around the lake, checking water conditions and stuff. And it was a hard decision because part of me wanted to stay in the river and fish that muddier water because I thought it was going to position the fish better for me, how I like to fish.
Mhm.
But also knew on the lower end, if you get down there and get on the right side of fish, you got a potential of catching, some good size 18-inch plus smallmouth. So I said, being one day event, I'm going to stay down here where I know I can run and be more productive. So I chose to put in at the lower end, and I kind of was spun out. As soon as the tournament kicked off, we got started. The spots I was catching fish, or I've done good in the past, I wasn't. The water was, like I said, had rose like 14, 15 foot, and I got spun out. So what I ended up doing was literally what I was going to do in the river. I sat down, tied on a 3/4 ounce solid black spinnerbait with a big number 6 Colorado blade gold, put a big old Zoom super salty chunk on the back of it, and went to the very back of the creeks and literally threw that out, slow rolling it where it was hitting the rocks and stuff, and I started getting bit. Got 2 fish in the boat, lost a couple fish at the boat, and had to give myself enough time to drive an hour back to check in. So got back, gave myself way more than I should have gave myself, but I was scared that once I got back to the weigh-in, there was going to be just a cluster of vehicles, and I wasn't going to make it back there to the designated area to get checked in. And I knew that having just 2 fish was huge because I think when I came off the water, was sitting like in 25th place. So got up there. My scale said I had 311. Went across stage. They said I had 212, which is fine, but ended up finishing middle of the pack, 60th place. I think 45 or 46 people zeroed in the tournament. But Taylor Watkins ended up winning it with almost 24 pounds. It was crazy. He stayed up in the river and with a spinnerbait ended up catching 24 pounds of fish. So it was a grind tournament. Not how I wanted to start the year, especially at this level, but it was kind of interesting. Kind of got thrown in the mix of a bunch of crazy crap. So definitely looking forward to Hartwell and being able to put some shorts on and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, you made adjustments, and making it out in the middle of the pack, your first event out. I mean that.
Yeah.
It could have been worse. So I mean, we were talking about.
Oh yeah, it could have been. I got some good points.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, it's the consistency piece that.
So you got the points.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we were talking about last week with Jeff. Jeff's all mad that he made a mistake with calling and ended up third, right? It cost him a couple of grand. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. It was,
bad. But you know what? He got third. That's the best finish he's had on that level ever, which is pretty awesome, especially
Oh,
for
yeah.
those conditions. So, I mean,
oh, it was. Yeah. It was in those conditions. He did really well. I mean, I remember seeing him up there. He was sitting in the hot seat when I came across the stage. So. I was really pulling for him, me as a team member and stuff up there for cross and everything. I was hoping that, if I couldn't at least win, I'd want, a fellow guy to win. So, but yeah, it was very unfortunate what happened to him there. But I mean, the heat of the moment, being a one-day derby and stuff, I can only imagine the amount of stress he was going under, being that he was catching fish and knowing what could happen. I could win this, and it was crazy. I mean, I think the last $8,000 check paid out was somebody had 4 pounds 4 ounces. So.
4 pounds.
You take a one-day derby for 50 grand. Yeah. Taylor, if you break the math down, I think Taylor made $6,280 some an hour for fishing that day. The guy that won it.
I am in the wrong line of work.
yes, you are. I'm going into it.
It was crazy. But we got good points. That was what my whole goal this year was one, to make sure that I didn't let it get to my head too much and just kind of fish and did me, and not try to force myself to do what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very fortunate. I've got a huge support system, family, and then of course people like you guys at Cross, teaming up with me and trying to help me out this year. I've been able to kind of fish comfortably, not have to really stress about having to cash a check, even though I want to cash a check every event. But my goal this year was to catch 5 a day at each event. And just to be consistent, I mean, because you may not win a tournament, but if you do that, you can definitely win AOI. And I think, I'm not saying not winning a tournament is not as big, but I think winning AOI for the year would be huge at the end of the year, being able to win Angler of the Year. So, but I'm hoping that maybe, this year just fish confidently and do my thing and hopefully be able to continue to do this and then move up naturally. So if not, like I told the guys at the NPFL, if I was to finish 125 out of 125, I'm still going to fish. I'm not going to come home and sell all my stuff and tuck my tail between my legs. I mean, it's always been a passion of mine, even before the tournament side of it came into effect. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to just do me.
Well, and you got this year 3 things you're going for. You're looking to win a tournament. You're looking to get possibly Angler of the Year, and you got all those other rookies that you can beat for Rookie of the Year. So, I mean, staying consistent is, in my mind, the best thing that you could possibly do.
No, absolutely.
The championships will come, but that Rookie of the Year thing would be absolutely badass for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be huge. So I'm definitely enjoying it. Like I said, I know that first tournament was kind of a bummer. I know the NPFL had a little bit hiccup there last year at the end, and kind of kicking off the first event. And of course, no matter what you do in life, you're always going to have people that's going to criticize everything you do. So, but I think it was a good call on their part. For all the people's safety. I know there was a lot of anglers that were upset with their decision, but I stand behind them fully because, I mean, you get out there in a body of water maybe you're not familiar with, and, some of these guys might not be familiar with fishing that type of water. You might see stuff on the surface, but there's also logs and stuff that are right under the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And, you go in 60, 70 mile an hour across the water. I mean, you're not talking damage, you're talking about a life-threatening issue. So I think they made a good call against on those days. Just for the anglers, and that's what's huge about this organization. They're definitely for the anglers and the companies that represent them. So they do a very good job at putting all of us first.
Yeah. And coming from somebody who was out on Okeechobee for 2 or 3 days straight, looking for that kid Nick, after day one of that tragic coast event that they had down there in 20. When was that? Was it 2018? Yeah, it was January 2018.
I believe so. Yeah.
And we were all, that there was all of us looking for him. Steve Dow was down there from Bruiser Baits. I was down there. I was with Yohan Alvarez. He's a local stick down there in South Florida, working his way up to your level. Everybody was out there. The guy who is general manager of Roland Marianne's and is now the Hendrick County commissioner, Raymond Iglesias. He was down there providing donuts and coffee for free at the ramp for everybody who was putting their boats in on those cold, windy days to go look for net. So,
yeah,
I would rather see you guys miss out on a day and have a one-day turkey shoot like what you guys had than spend another minute looking for an angler like that. Because
yeah, I think they made an absolute right call. I mean, I know that, like I said, there was a lot of guys that were upset with it. One thing that bothered me was that's not how I wanted to start my first event, but that's part of it. And how I look at it is that you're supposed to be a professional and hold yourself that way, and you're fishing this level. And I think that these kind of obstacles and stuff kind of put you in a situation where it kind of puts the skill involved in it. Getting you down to where you're going to figure out what you're going to do and stuff. So it was neat. I enjoyed it, and not a whole lot of tournaments you can go fish for one day and try to win $50,000 plus contingency. So it was definitely interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I can tell you, we're proud of you. I appreciate all the support that you do, and it's really cool to see, just the way that you kind of worked your way up with us, and that was one of the coolest things about this year, with you personally. Just because, so Adam joined as one of our pro staff members, as one of our regular pro staff members that comes along and does his thing with the discounts and all that other stuff, and worked his butt off to earn his invitation to the National Professional Fishing. As soon as he did that, he contacted me. He's like, "Hey, I just made it. Can we do something?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, we can do something," because somebody who's been with me since then is somebody that I know.
They'll stay the whole time.
Yeah, and
they were clearly. I mean, that's a lot of work. I mean,
yeah,
I've watched some of my pro staffers come up from fishing in little aluminum John boats to being on the big wig tournaments now. It's pretty incredible how much work you have to put into it.
Right.
I mean, it's
so, and for guys like Adam, and dude, you should see some of his videos. They're hilarious. He involves his little girl. They're funny.
Are you gonna go back in that box?
that cat is crazy.
So I got an insane cat. Y'all saw it a couple weeks ago. But yeah, my cat jumped in a box today, and he's mad at me now because I closed him in the box.
You clearly let him out because he's running around the room.
Right?
He was not happy.
He was pissed.
You shouldn't have gotten the box then.
I know. He was looking at it. I was like, "Go ahead, jump in. See what happens."
You warned him.
I know.
Well, it's so damn.
Anyway, so we're good at the squirrel moments, and this squirrel is in the size and shape of a cat.
Over there.
Yeah, so the looks that you guys were seeing that went off to the side of the screen, they were looking at the cat.
So anyway, Adam is great people. So I don't know if you said that you can make it down to ICAST. If you can, awesome. We got a place for you. If you cannot, that's
I'm
cool.
definitely coming.
You're definitely coming. Okay. Then just let me know.
Definitely coming. Yeah. I'm actually, my whole year is going to be just fishing. I'm actually getting ready to leave. I guess, this Sunday I'm going to head to Hartwell. I've never been on that lake, and that's our next stop. So I'm going to go down there for 3 days and then come back home. I got a $10,000 tournament here they host every year at Barkley. I'm going to fish that and then head back to Hartwell. But I'm free agent this year. I'm not working, so I actually end up losing my job at that first event. So, and I knew that was going to be a situation that could come about, and I kind of prepared myself for that. And like I said, I got a huge support system, and so it's kind of funny how everything kind of lined up and worked together. So it's allowed me to even have that much more freedom to stay on the water. So if I don't have my daughter and I can't go fishing, I'm either reading something or trying to learn something different or work on something I'm having trouble with, or I'm on the water. So it sucks not having a job, but it also allowed me to put all my eggs in the basket this year to try to make a good push at it. So
There you
any
go.
event I can go to, or ICAST or fishing events or stuff, I'm gonna make sure I'm definitely there.
Awesome. So, yeah, when you come down, the shop we're moving into is about 45 minutes away from the North Carolina Convention Center. So
Okay.
we're going to be nice and close to the middle of it all. Very, very excited about that. I got to be honest with you. So for the average consumer out there, ICAST is not that big of a deal. A lot of people who I've had show up to ICAST have been very disappointed when they show up there the first time.
Are they expecting like to
Go be able to buy stuff.
buy onesies and twosies? And
Right. And you can't buy anything at ICAST. The individual cannot buy a thing at ICAST. In fact, they're not allowed to sell anything. ICAST is literally there for the manufacturer to meet the retailer. And that's it. It's the industry trade show to show off what's new and pretty much to promote intermingling, I guess, lack of a better term, amongst the industry of fishing. So, as always, in the fishing industry, very, very much overtaken by the bass world, but we make more money than you guys do. I'm sorry. But
this because everything's got to match itself.
well, there's that, and it doesn't matter which one of the 48 lower states you're in, you can bass fish.
You can only saltwater fish on the coast.
It's true.
Or in Utah. Is there any fish in Salt Lake?
Well, there's tilapia, but that's it.
Wow. Why is there tilapia? Really?
Yeah. Because they can survive it. I don't know. There's tilapia in the Salton Sea in California too. So,
What if people fish for them?
like Okeechobee, they will smack the shit out of a spinnerbait.
Yeah, I've caught some big tilapia down there at Okeechobee.
I was like, oh, shit, oh, surprise!
No, you get really surprised because you'll get like a 10 or 12 pounder,
Oh, shit.
and they're huge,
Huh.
and they'll bend your rod in half, and you're like, oh, I got a giant bat. Oh my god,
And then just like,
I'm gonna shoot this thing. And then you
catch
come
a
back, and
boat,
your
you're like-
spinnerbait is now a question mark.
like, what happened?
He knows what I'm talking about.
Will we be restocking all of our Crossbone Outfitter stuff?
We will, but it's going to be under Cross and it's going to be in the storefront. So, what we're going to be, and obviously we're going to have the old favorites. We're going to have all of our, flat out Thompsons because, I'm a loyalist to people who, were there with us at the beginning. And, Stu Dial was one of our biggest friends in the industry, I should say.
We still have a whole bunch of their stuff.
At the beginning. Well, we have a whole bunch of their stuff because we have it up here in North Carolina, and North Carolina people don't know anything about Bruiser, and
They should.
they should. I tried.
George, you should carry some of that in your store.
You should carry some of that.
Yeah, we're almost
right
done
there
taking
in
them
your
apart
store.
and put it back together too.
So, and we got the bubble gum pink. That's great for your weird ass fish that you catch over there.
The alligator gargle.
Those are Chaz's favorite.
Where you get the washer and have the bow fit at the end of your line.
But so I'm just saying, it's a thing. So we plan on restocking with everything on that. We are actually, if you go on Cross Industries, you'll notice that pretty much everything's on half price right now that we have in stock. because
Cross Industries or Crossbone?
Crossbone Outfitters. I'm so used to saying Cross Industries. Sorry. If you go on there, almost everything we have on there is like at half price.
Stay spun this way. If you go that way, you're out of frame.
I can't move. I'm sorry, I missed this stuff.
Trying to stay in your way for the moving company.
Exactly.
That
And
vinyl
for me personally, I'm
pieces.
trying to stay underweight so I can fit my blues.
George, are you still wanting that?
Yeah.
My desk?
Why you don't want it?
No, I don't want to move it. I seriously do not want to move that thing.
It's 1,000 pounds.
John will move it for me.
By yourself, put it on his back.
I mean, he'll fall on the stairs and kill himself with it. That's fine as long as he
We
moves it
can't
for
put a
me.
hole in the wall because then we lose our deposit.
Just tell him that. Or he has to fix it. Or you'll bury him in the backyard.
John's good at fixing things he destroys. So, that'd be okay.
No, he's not. I've seen him.
We can't even fix a nail hole in this house. The property management won't let us.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. We can't put a screw in or else it's considered damage.
Mhm.
Anything bigger than a nail is considered damage.
Yep.
It's ridiculous here.
So, Adam, what is your plan for the next trip? Tell us about that. You said you're going to go down to Hartwell. You've never been there before. So
Never been there.
I can tell you, I've been there once.
What state is that in?
It's South Carolina. It's like literally where I just came from. Like,
Oh, duh.
it was just at in Greenville.
Yeah, it's split in half between South Carolina and Georgia.
Oh,
So I was just on there. I didn't fish it at all. It's a really pretty lake. Gin freaking clear. Oh my God. I was really surprised. Like we're walking out. I was doing a test drive on the Bass Cat Puma STS. Phenomenal ride, by the way. I mean, you want to talk great riding boat. I know the Phoenix
Yeah,
ride.
I heard that they're gonna change the name to.
Change the name to what you cut out.
Do what?
Oh, I'm sorry. They're gonna change the name to the Puma Fluffy.
Dude, that actually is
the
Like-
fluffy, did you say?
the
Yeah,
Puma Fluffy.
Puma Fluffy.
Big-
Was that a play on last week's?
Yeah.
It could be though, because it like literally, dude. I don't know if anybody in the NPFL is running one, but if you find somebody running one, go ride it. And
Well, I was you had nothing but good things to say about how it handled in
fluffy.
that chop and whatnot.
He was making fun of you
I know.
last week.
I know. I'm like glazing over, like completely, like not even thinking. So, Gin Clear. So you're heading to a Gin Clear place. So for all of those folks who are tuning in right now, what's the first thing on your mind as you're about to go do practice on a Gin Clear lake that you've never been to before?
Well, my main purpose for going, honestly, is that one, I'm going to go down there just to familiarize myself with the lake. You know, it is big. It's 56,000 acres. But I'm also going to have fun. I know that those fish are going to be pulled up on beds, so I'm going to go down there and try to slackline a few of them just to have fun. But probably most of my practice, honestly, I won't even be picking up a rod. I'm going to be running and scanning points and trying to find those points that have the brush and cane piles on them, because we'll be down there at late April. Yeah, you could go down there and possibly find a few fish that could be late spawners, but my way of fishing is going to be no secret. Well, a lot of people are going to be doing. They're going to be running those, secondary and main lake points where those females get done laying their eggs, coming back out to those, recouping from the spawn and moving out to their summer pattern. So a lot of my work's going to be behind the steering wheel, just marking and checking stuff out. So it's tough, like I've been having to, that's been my huge thing this year, or I guess the last 2 years. I've been kind of training myself to spend more time behind the wheel versus just going out, putting the trolling motor down and fishing. Because that's what the first thing you want to do. You have this big game plan, and then you get out there and you see something, you're like, oh, that looks good. Let's go over and fish that. And then an hour goes by and you've wasted, precious time. So my whole goal down there is the first day when I get there, I'm going to have rods out, because I am going to go into the back of these pockets and creeks, and I'm going to slackline a few fish. But probably the last 2 days, I probably won't even pull a rod out. I'm probably just going to just run around, fill my boat up with fuel, and just run around checkpoints, kind of get some lines made on the lake, and then try to put a game plan together for that time we're going to be down there. So, and that'll help me too. I think you got Google Earth and stuff. I've been looking at that for all these lakes, but that's a lot different when you look at it from an aerial view versus actually being on the water. So making some of those runs where you're like, oh, that point doesn't look that far from this creek, and then you get out there and run it, you're like, shit, that's 30 minutes one way. So it's a big difference. So that's what I'm going to be mainly doing, is just running around burning gas, because gas is not real expensive right now. And I mean, so I figured I'd just burn a bunch of it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
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 Thank you, Brandon.
Uncle Joe. He's not gonna be your uncle from much
Uncle
longer.
Joe, yeah. I think gas in the water I seen the other day is somewhere, it might have been California, up there where Scott lives. I think that somebody shows like $9 and something a gallon.
Dude, I saw a meme yesterday. You know about this from the chat, but I saw a meme the other day, and he said that we shouldn't blame the person I'm not going to name for high gas prices because Britain pays $7.50 a gallon right now.
A gallon or a liter?
The equivalent of a gallon.
Yeah.
And my question to that is, what oil reservoirs is Britain sitting on that they can get them damn selves? They're not. So if I'm in Florida and somebody fucks up with my water and makes my water really, really expensive, and all of a sudden I'm paying Arizona cost of water, I'm going to be mad. And you can't tell me I can't be mad because now I'm paying as much as Arizona people.
When you have it next to you.
Right.
Scott says, yep, almost 10 by the coast.
That's
I should
crazy.
raise-
Get out of there, Scott.
That's crazy.
I'll have to raise my gas prices.
Yeah.
That's literally twice as much on the water in California as it is that we're selling for on the East Coast.
How much are you selling gas for right now?
$5.25.
Yeah, I got gas on Cumberland, and I got 8 gallons and paid almost $50 for it just so I can get back to the ramp. Yeah, hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt just my feelings, so.
It's becoming an even more expensive sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's already expensive.
So I have a
No, I
solution for that, y'all. We need to talk to Mercury about buying the damn solution so they can make it. And the water you're sitting in will be your fuel. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be awesome. That would be
That's-
awesome.
You know why? And it's funny. So, like the marketing people that I'm working with, they're
They're your best friends, I heard.
Oh, I want to slap the shit out of them.
Oh, you got new stuff today, didn't you?
I did. They actually they updated. I haven't read it, but
Oh, it's over there.
where's it?
I believe it's no in the underneath the monitor, In there?
Underneath the monitor.
in the little cubby there.
In it. The inside.
It's not there.
Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here it is. What have we here? Okay. So we have the new stuff. Okay. So they finally kind of did this correctly. Sort of. I mean, these assholes. All right. So I'm going to read a quote here, and they are totally. And obviously, I'm working with liberal people because, like, inspiration for the inventor and invention. I wanted to create a new boat motor that helped reduce the carbon footprint of the marine industry, so I invented this. My design would help protect the environment and would easily help you maintain a traditional hull structure.
That doesn't
That-
sound capitalist.
That is not anything I've ever said in my entire life. Why? Because to reduce a carbon footprint, we plant more fucking trees. That's how you reduce your carbon footprint. You stop chopping down the Amazon rainforest,
It's laughing.
right? You don't stop drilling oil and using the most, efficient form of energy that we have on the face of the planet. So if you want to reduce your carbon footprint again, you use nature and God's literal filter for the world to clean the air, which is a tree, right? This motor ain't gonna do that. What this motor is gonna do is, like, when all these idiots come up with this dipshit gas stuff, we don't have to worry about it anymore, and I can just pull the water out of the lake that I'm sitting in, make my own fuel, and I don't have to worry about some dumbass telling me that I can't pull the fuel out of the ground where it is. That's why I designed this motor. It had nothing to do.
Or cost you almost $10 a gallon.
It's going to cost me $3 a gallon.
Yeah.
That's why. It has nothing to do with
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
the carbon footprint. You know what? Like I said, you want to reduce the carbon footprint of the world? Replant the Amazon rainforest as the lungs of the world.
True statement.
And stop burning that shit down. Because that is a problem. But
He's laughing. He got a big old smile and he's laughing at you.
I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. You look at satellite.
No, he's not.
the Amazon
You're
rainforest.
absolutely right.
25 years ago, Amazon rainforest, like right outside the Amazon basin, the ocean was blue, right? Right now, if you look at the satellite image, there's a bunch of brown streaks going out. Why? Because mud's getting swept out.
Right, because they dug everything up, burned it, cut it down.
Right.
It'll look like the New River by the end of the year.
I know. By the end of the night. So, but we get punished because the Brazilians are chopping down the lungs of the world.
Mm-hmm. It's your fault.
Okay.
You didn't stop them. You've got a week left. Solve all the world's problems.
You got a week.
Aren't you the one going to Washington?
Yeah, but as a politician, we don't solve anything as politicians.
Well, we know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's, once I get elected, it's not going to be my responsibility anymore because clearly we've established that politicians, regardless of political affiliation, are a bunch of idiots.
You know, you're going to have, like, you have people that are potentially, like, on the verge of voting for you on it.
And the great part of it is I never change who I am for anybody.
This is true. This is true.
So you get what you get, and if you don't like it, you
And
don't.
that's why if I ever find myself in your position, I'm going to be 100% Davy Crockett type of dude.
Because that's what everyone thinks. It's just some people put this filter that's full of shit in front of their face and can't get the words out of their mouth afterward.
I
Yeah, so-
nope. Nope.
Yeah, Joe Biden.
Nope.
That's why.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm moving to a county that's got Grady Judd as the sheriff. Who straight up tells people, hey, come here and do it right because we're going to shoot you.
Bring it.
So,
You're right. That's fine. Step across my line.
you can come to Polk County. My people have guns and they like to use them. So, I think it's about time for a coffee.
I said I put ice in there a long time ago.
All right, here with the water.
What'd you do, Kat?
We broke things.
What in the box?
No.
Are you? What is your drink of choice? I can't see you right now because the screen is facing the lady.
He's drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Is he
I'm a
driving?
water man.
you're a water
No,
man.
he's sitting behind the wheel though.
I was
Uh,
driving
Then it's vodka and a water
behind
bottle.
the wheel, but
who drinks
Yeah,
vodka?
it is. Don't
these
tell nobody.
days? You can't have anything Russian.
I mean, I don't like vodka to begin
no,
with,
I'm not a big alcohol guy. I'll have a beer and stuff every now and then, but I mainly just drink water. It's crazy. I
I'll
just-
fish a few more tournaments.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And you can't judge somebody for that. That's I don't ever want to.
I mean, no, if everyone ended up like us, then the world would be in a bad place. Gonna be a bunch of crazy running around.
Well, you know why God created whiskey?
For us?
No, so the Scots and Irish wouldn't fucking rule the world.
Yeah, Chaz is definitely a whiskey man. I'll stick with my rum.
Yes.
That is the last of that bottle. I have the new one downstairs.
You don't get any.
Do you
Well, I'm
need the
drinking
other
straight
one?
Whiskey.
Do you need the other one?
I'm not even gonna post this up. Oh, okay, like,
I'll say, does George want some?
Mm-mm.
You
I
don't
just
get
told him
any.
he's not getting any. No.
We got this, guys.
Yep. So
Oh, you didn't even show off your gift? Your cold gift?
oh yes, my mother-in-law got me a gift. This is cool. If you ever heard of an old fashioned, right?
Mm.
This is a smoker to create your own smoky old fashioned. Yep.
We haven't known to smoke. I'm curious about.
So, but that there, you could use this for other
Holistic therapy.
natural therapies.
Yeah. So it's a bond.
Adam, we're getting the win there on your mic.
So,
It's Saturn.
It's a.
You get here in this.
That's
better?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So I take it that goes on top of the cup and you
On top of the cup, and then you burn it.
and then just
Down
let
it.
it infuse on into it.
Yep. Yep.
Huh. That's
And
pretty neat.
so there is, if you ever go to Lake Norman, right, and my buddy Trathan, he's got the Phoenix Sushi, Phoenix Thai sushi place. It's on the east side of Norman. I don't remember what town it's in. It's a little town just north of Charlotte, right off of 77.
What's the name of the place?
Uh, Phoenix Thai sushi. Anyway, the first time I ever went there, I saw something. The drink looked good. It's called they call it a campfire.
Is it in Mooresville?
Could be. They call it a campfire old fashioned or something like that.
They use something like that.
No, it came out in a fucking glass bird cage. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's in Mooresville.
Okay. It's in Mooresville. All right. The north side of Lake Norman. But it came out in a glass bird cage and had it covered in smoke. I even put a video of this on Facebook. I was like, what is this? Like,
Yeah, you
sorcery.
sent that to me.
That's
He's
some
like, this is
witchcraft shit.
awesome.
Some witchcraft stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, my favorite drink now. Hands down.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the first time I ever had it. And they're the only people I found that make an Old Smoky. That Old Smoky. Everybody else, they got like a little thing that infuses it
Unless they probably
into.
would just put like the smoke flavor probably or some
Right.
crap like that.
So this will work out just the same because you put it on top and it's going to still infuse it the same way. Right.
Yeah, you can make your own.
I know.
And then a week and a half from now, you and I can make something else with that.
No,
Well, we can make a scotch with smoky flavor in it.
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first the old fashioned, then you can move to something else.
Yeah, you'll need it.
Like essential oils.
Yep.
How's your back? You still in pain?
No, so yeah, not back this week. I used to want to be in Adam's spot, like vision net levels, and I don't think my body can handle it right now.
We do just fine when we're around the water. We last till about noon.
And then we can't walk. It ain't the years, y'all. It's miles. All right. But no, I woke up on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Or did I send you a text saying that I woke up with a crowbar in my back?
that was Wednesday.
Every couple of days.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Sometime this week.
sometime this week I woke up and oh my god, it felt like I had a thing sticking out of my back and it was painful and it was not fun. And then I had VA appointments. So,
Well, then.
but they weren't those VA appointments, of course.
Oh shit.
I had a heart thing yesterday. So, Oh, I got it. I don't know. Dude, I showed up to the VA appointment yesterday. I was like, hey, which one am I here for?
You know, I'm surprised. Like, it's almost as if they're making the process longer than it used to be. I feel like I did like a general one, a hearing one, and the psych eval. That was it. And they were trying at that time to make it so that
because
one person would do all of it for the dude transitioning so that they didn't have to spend all their money at the end and fuel and everything else, wasting their time driving around to different people.
well, they were trying to do that for me, but I'm on a time crunch.
Oh, that's right. It's all privatized.
And
Well, not privatized, but
also,
whatever the
in
hell.
addition to that, I'm pretty sure I might have some more stuff in here.
Well, you have been blown through a wall a few times.
Are you okay? Are you? Because you just went through a wall. If
When
anybody
did you
can-
go through a wall?
Huh?
When did you go through a wall?
I didn't. But
See, I didn't hear those stories
yeah,
because I didn't put you through one.
Yeah.
if anybody can, like that line I just said, if anybody can name that movie in here, I'll send you a bag of baits of some sort. I don't know. Name that movie. Are you okay? Are you okay? Because you just went through a wall.
Gone in 60 seconds, says Scott Kevin.
You're a car guy. Shut up. I'll give it to you next week.
Gary just joined Savage in the house.
What's going on, Gary?
You need to take those and sell those in your shop. The saltwater ones. Those
Yeah.
hook-alls.
Grab one. And, yeah, so we have no use for these. You do. So a rapid hook off. Do you know what that is?
This is very confusing.
That is a fake keeper. Give me a hook. Don't give me one of those hooks. Those are expensive.
So
Yeah,
expensive.
What's that?
yeah. Give me those first ones you grabbed, the silver ones.
These ones?
Yep.
Okay, and what bait? Here, George can pick one.
So we're gonna show you the rapid hook offs. We have the freshwater ones. We have the saltwater ones.
This is the most obnoxious car I can find.
And so we are going to use a saltwater one, and this one is going to go on display over there at Tideline. So if you are watching for Tideline and this interests you, go over there and check this one out. And if you like it, then it looks like George has a new product in his shop. All right.
Turn it around. There you go.
Bruiser.
I don't have model hands.
Now we have the little one for bass, and I got to be honest with you, I use the piss out of it to keep my baits on jigs. I keep my baits on, I keep trailer hooks on spinner baits, and other things such as.
Explain what you're doing so people know how to use it.
Explain what I'm doing.
You put the hole inside of the hole inside of the
Okay.
hole.
So you got these discs, right? They're little plastic discs. You put them inside the little keeper thing here, right? All right, and this is the little tool that you got. So, and you use this with live bait too. There are a lot of people that will do this with live bait.
And you put one disc of one on each.
So then you take your hook. And I got these Sea-Wash hooks, which make very good trailer hooks, by the way. That's what we have them for. A little shorter shank. I like the short shank stuff because there's less leverage. So anyway, you put the first one on. You always got to go through the big side first because if you try to go through that side, you're never getting it off.
Done that before?
And then don't put your hand, your finger over that hole. See that?
Oh, I guarantee you, I do that the first time. That would sting like a son of a gun.
Well, sometimes more than sting.
Well, if you gotta go to the hospital, you didn't know they cut the other end off, but you get back through.
So you got that. You got that one side. And imagine you're doing this with live bait. So you're putting like a Menhaden or something like
Bring
that.
that closer.
So you're putting like a Menhaden or something like that, right? So imagine that's a Menhaden for your saltwater guys, because you guys, you have to cheat. I have to remind George every day that God made saltwater fishing so everybody could catch fish, and He made bass fishing so we could separate the men from the boys.
I guess that makes me a man then, because I also bass fish.
You pretend
You
to.
kind to.
I caught 2 fish in Florida.
2 whole fish in Florida.
It was 30 degrees.
How many did I catch? More than
I know more than that, but I can't. I'm like, you're putting me on the spot with math here, baby. I got praise in the background. Come on now.
Okay, so there you go. And then that's going to hold it exactly on the hook where you want it to be. So imagine you have a Menhaden. Now your Menhaden doesn't slide up here, then get all fucked up. Blah, blah, blah.
That's pretty deep.
It's a useful tool.
So we're good on the drop shot.
It's great for a drop shot. Also helps for it not to get ripped off.
I was saying, if you get their weeds or something too, it keeps it,
Mhm.
right in place there.
And that's what I use them for jigs, right? So you'll notice, like, how often were we switching out jig trailers down in Florida because they just get ripped up, right?
I mean,
Yeah. Now, I didn't have any extra discs with me while we were down there in Florida. That was my fault. But what you would do is, like on a jig trailer, you would just pop that in just one of them.
because you leave the base, if you will.
The bait
In
is,
place.
you got it, bait keeper back here.
Yeah.
So, and now that's not coming off until I get some clippers because that is actually
So that's hard.
solid,
That's thick
solid plastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's thick.
Um,
That's thicker than like the vinyl on a windscreen on a boat. Like for windows
some
and stuff
windscreens.
like that. Yeah.
not my Basket or his Phoenix, but maybe your saltwater stuff.
We don't use windscreens. They rip. The funny part is this is a good color for around here.
I know, that's why I said, dude, use it.
That's why I grabbed it. I said, well, if we're going to go big, we're going to go pink or go home.
That's what she said. So then, all right. So this is what you would do if you're using on a jig. Pop it on, just like you would. Obviously, you're not going to rig this one. You weirdos might rig this
But
particular
that,
bait this
that
way.
worked for flounder quite well. Put a little Texas rig behind that.
For that one you can catch.
That one you can catch.
Not this year.
So flounder season is closed this year, and
Potentially,
George is very
yeah.
upset about it. And they just went to a protest. He invited me to a protest, but
There was
I
another
can't-
one yesterday in Raleigh too.
I'm not allowed to go.
I know, but the problem is they gave it all to commercial fishermen who you know North Carolina is the only state in the union. Did you say union still?
Yeah.
The only state in the union that has an incidental
The union won,
permit.
by the way. I'm gonna let you know. The union is the side that won.
Okay, so the
Yeah,
union.
yeah.
Yeah. So incidental.
I know you don't
permit,
realize that, but
They allow this state only the ability for commercial fishermen to catch sturgeon and sea turtles in nets.
sturgeon.
Atlantic sturgeon.
Y'all got sturgeon?
Mm-hmm. And sea turtles
Like how many you got? Like three?
inland.
They're in danger.
Apparently enough to where they got to have a permit for commercial fishermen to catch them.
You should distinguish the fact that we're talking about giant trawlers and stuff, not.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like not your average, like not a local commercial fisherman hauling a small skip, but big boats.
That ain't going on.
And then if you could fish for flounder in North Carolina, you would float through and just sit here. And the flounder would chew on it, swallow it, you smoke your cigarette, you set the hook. Not this year.
Well, see, but that's why you start fishing this year because how slow a flounder eats something.
Then next year you can reel it in.
Yeah, next year you set the hook.
Makes sense.
It works for me.
That's a long stay in the water.
Is everybody on board with this? I'm on board with this. This works for me. So we're gonna go cast right now. We'll have to buy a new license between now and when we set the hook, but it's cool.
Well, technically, we don't know if we're gonna be able to catch it anyway next year, so we might be 2 years out there. Because they're doing like 2 years of 100% commercial fishermen, and then like 80, 70, then 50, the commercial and recreational. They didn't realize how much tax money they were losing.
Did you realize that for a state that literally is first in freedom, Halifax, they look it up, you suck at this. I'm just letting you know. I'm throwing it out there.
On May 17th, Peas and Paul, A is an apple, Peas and Paul, A is an apple, STRAT, the longest name on the ballot, see what happens.
How did your meeting go with your business cards? Did you get your business cards last
Yeah, did you?
weekend?
We did get some business cards.
Oh, because you were having some drama
Dude,
about
they
business
look like
cards last weekend.
I don't have any of my good ones on me.
I know.
I've got I did pick them up this week, but I've given the ones I have in my pocket. These are the ones that I eventually got Friday evening, and you see they. Yep, there we
The
go.
real ones are cute.
Yeah. The issue was they couldn't make this fill the screen, if you will. And 500 of these cost me 20.
Hashtag see what happens.
And then if you scan that QR code,
I think they did that with 46, and we're getting World War III.
if you scan that QR
I'm
code,
just saying.
well, I'm going to bring you World War IV.
I know. It's like
I mean,
y'all can't even drive a car across the desert in Kuwait.
I was not driving.
Navigator.
I got a nip lock to prove it.
Don't spit out that alcohol.
Almost did.
Do you have anything left in your cross?
Do you want it?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. I think it's mostly water.
Yeah, but that was the same place for an Army Chief Marshal who told me to just go to the Iraq border and take pictures for her.
Thank you, babe.
Is that Chief War Officer? I think she's at. I have to leave it on camera. I can't remember.
Should have been. She would have been at.
She's at Austin. No,
neither. Neither.
no, she wasn't. She. What the hell is it?
The
Arab John.
Arab John.
Yep.
Yeah. Those
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Canadians with that. What was that cartoon that they always had on their coins? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
The big long. The Canadian CI guys. Oh my God.
Where the hell was it?
Squirrel.
Hey, war stories. Y'all
Stay
enjoy.
tuned for next Friday.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I will tell you.
So I think when we go live
You
at
just
the party,
interrupted me.
I know I did. When we go live at your party,
Are you gonna have a beat button?
no, I think we need to do all your gifts at that time. Do Scott's gift.
Scott's
Why?
coming.
Because I'm gonna know what it is. Like as soon
No,
as
you're
I-
not.
Scott.
Because that one's gonna be cool.
Just make sure.
You'll like that
I
one.
gotta make sure I hit all my knives in my truck.
I gotta let everybody out there know. There are. I'm sure there's some people watching right now. There are certain people who cannot make it because of health reasons. 100% understand. It sucks. But I support you as much as you support me. So I understand why you got health reasons. I'll see some of you very, very soon. And that's okay. Right. I did have some people just decide that they didn't want to come because of social anxiety reasons. Actually, a literal quote.
You know what's funny is I had that discussion today in a public forum in the city of Jacksonville, but it was an opioid thing, but they were talking about that exact thing and how this Uncle Joe has made that more prevalent.
Eat a dick.
You can talk about that next week.
And I'm sure he will.
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll be more than a one-liner too.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
I've
So-
seen what's coming.
So anyway,
There's going to be no filter next weekend.
I cannot wait. Elise remembers when that happened. She was not happy with that, but I was happy. I never had a filter to begin with, though. So.
unleash the dragon.
Oh no, my favorite time was your going away party from Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tommy's talking smack.
Uh-oh. Mr. Thomas. So Tommy is
It's getting open, he said. The box is getting open.
No, it's
it-
not.
he's gonna come down and help me out. He's gonna come
No.
down to
Tommy's
Raleigh.
claiming
He's coming down after
it's
the report.
being open.
Okay, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Real quick. I need you to create a poll right now. Create a poll.
How?
Create a poll.
No, we already know where this is going.
All right.
This is cheating because Scott's on right now.
No. This has nothing to do with the box.
Oh.
So Tommy.
On Facebook?
No. On the
I don't know how.
In the computer.
The files are in the computer.
Open a box,
In the computer.
turn it on.
That's not even in the
Zoolander.
good box. Scott says that's not even in the good box.
No, it's in the bad box.
So she said this.
Fact. I mean, I'm just repeating what other people are saying.
She literally did just say that.
That's what Scott said. That's his comment right there. Not even in the good box.
It wasn't in the group chat.
How does he know?
How's Scott know which has box that's like?
The look I just got.
How do you want me to create this poll? I don't know how to do it.
Do you
with
open
this
the good box or the bad box?
There's the thing that says create poll.
Gary, I don't need your commentary.
What did Gary just say?
Open the box.
See, Gary's on my team. Gary's my guy.
Gary, he can't open Scott's gift until his retirement.
Technically, it is a retirement gift, but it's in his box. Then that's
Do
where
you
the
see
dilemma is.
Mhm.
You own the box.
I do now.
Is there like anything up above?
It's in my house.
That's. I mean,
I
No,
think
it's
that-
not. It's supposed to be here tomorrow.
so tomorrow you can open the box.
I don't.
No, you're not
I mean,
opening
I'm
the box.
schematic.
Shit, I always let her know it's her house. I just live here.
Exactly.
Anyway, so what the poll is going to say, right, is we're back onto Tommy. So Tommy thinks that after the retirement party on next Friday, he believes that he is going to a tournament on Sharon Harris next weekend.
Around here? Is that around here?
Yeah, it's in Raleigh.
Yeah.
It's at the nuke plant in Raleigh, right? So Tommy believes that he's doing this.
Tommy, you know how hungover you're gonna be?
So what I'm trying to say is, so if anybody knows who Sergeant Major Jamie fucking Tommy, type it in.
I don't even know if Tommy's on here.
But I know Tommy's on here because he's been. What did Tommy say?
Open the box.
Gary's saying now, and Gary, we don't even have the box now.
We don't have it yet.
What are we asking, Tommy?
Jamie, the Ranger Sergeant Major, who's a professional bass fisherman, lives up there, fishes with him. I can't even think about it. He's a bass cat dude. Runs around for Black Rifle Coffee. He's really cool guy. He's the dude that we almost ran into coming out of the lock at Toho. I pointed him out.
Yeah, because we saw him.
I said,
At the
"Hey, that's
launch.
Jamie."
Well, is that the guy that thought I was you driving the truck in the
No,
morning?
no.
Different guy.
Yeah, that was Jay. No, I'm talking about Jamie. We were coming out of the lock. There was a camouflage colored bass cat
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's
with
right.
Black Rifle.
saw
It's
it on
literally said black. Well, they had a truck at the ramp where we got.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
that's his truck.
Yeah. You made a comment about that when we were there.
Yeah,
You did mention his name too.
I did.
I
So,
said-
by the way, if you play football, if you do some other stuff, if you get blown the fuck up, you get what's called a TBI. All right? And like dumb shit, you drop off. And you don't remember stupid little things.
Jamie Caldwell.
Caldwell, there you go.
Thank you, Tommy.
And I've met Caldwell a couple times. I don't think he remembers me, but that's okay.
Yeah, right. Gary's saying I'm hitting the road and I'll be there tomorrow and I'll open it.
Yes.
It's not getting open. It's
Yes.
getting put in a place and it's
Gary,
not
if
gonna
you
get
show
open.
up tomorrow, we're opening.
No.
If Gary shows up tomorrow, we have to.
No.
But he'll be coming down
No.
from Ohio.
So you'll ruin it.
Ohio.
I don't care. You'll ruin it.
I won't break it.
Scott, he's saying that he wants to open it and he'll still act surprised. And I told him no.
Well, no, we can
I
just
actually
negotiate.
literally
here
never use
because
those words.
I like food. So what type of food?
You did too.
I did not.
Is now if Scott comes down and
Scott is coming down.
tomorrow too, though.
He's not coming down tomorrow.
I'm just saying if he did,
Yeah.
would increase the odds of it getting open.
Yeah, but Scott is in California.
Right.
So
So he
has,
should leave immediately.
well, he has to appeal to his dear leader.
As Auntie Nancy to let you leave Commie Kelly.
No, it's not her. He has to talk to fucking with. God damn it.
Oh, the senator?
No, his
Feinstein?
governor.
The governor?
Yeah, no. Actually,
Well, I
that's
left Cali, he was still a governor.
the governor who was the son of a Nazi, literally.
Did you see his new tangent?
Yeah, his governor, son of a Nazi, literally.
I just learned that yesterday.
Yeah.
Fueling up now. That's scary.
Literally gets on Facebook and says, "Screw your freedom, go fuck yourself, governor. You get on the motherfucking chopper."
People that have never been there couldn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
Well, he's Austrian, and his dad was a Nazi.
I have to pass the checkpoint, says Scott.
I know you have to pass a checkpoint.
New
I mean,
scum.
don't let them know you're going to free America. All right, it's like in Red Dawn, free America.
You're talking the book?
Pick one.
So, Adam, we're
Touche.
trying to talk Scott into leaving California.
And move down to Florida and work with us
He needs to.
full time.
Yeah, that would be
Like,
healthy for him.
Badass internal combustion. Let's pollute the shit out of all these fucking liberal stuff motors, right? Because that's what he's good at.
Scott
He does
says,
build
get
some
to the
serious
chopper.
cars,
He does.
Motors.
He does.
He sends pictures. It's fact.
Mhm.
They're really big and really fast.
He does tractor pulls. He builds motors for tractor pulls.
Oh my god, dude! I wish we had a tractor pull around here because I have 2 tractors. I could turn one into a tractor.
The fact he still does tractor pulls in California is amazing.
That's why I forgot he's in Cali. So
I
you
know.
have tractor pulls in Cali?
I know.
You sure he doesn't drive to Arizona?
Yes, because he's in Santa Rosa, which is way north, and that would cost him $10,000 in gas just to get to Arizona.
$1 million. I
$1 million.
definitely live in California right now. Shit.
Scott says, and leave all this. LOL.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
leave it all.
You come to
Yeah.
the Freedom Coast.
I do have to be honest with you. The Delta is phenomenal. I love the Delta. It's one of my favorite fisheries on the face of the planet.
But the
You can
Freedom
nuke it
Coast
for all I care.
Yeah, the Freedom Coast is better.
And the Freedom Coast has nothing to do with North Carolina because have you met your governor?
Are you talking about the state of North Carolina?
That forgot that it's the first in freedom and Halifax Day and all that other shit.
No, see, Roy Cooper's against fishing too, so I don't like him.
Roy Cooper is like against like America.
Yeah,
But-
so I mean,
Hello.
he's kind
Gary
of like
likes Florida too.
Uncle Joe's not my president.
Flo Rida.
Florida,
Flo Rida.
Florida.
Gary, you ever gonna move out
Florida.
there?
And Gary's gonna be our CPA.
I haven't heard anything.
Gary doesn't know yet, but he will. Yeah. As soon as I sell my motor of Mercury, oh my God, Gary's coming down. George is coming down.
Just
Not this
fire
George.
him first.
Huh?
Just fire
I can't. I don't have a contract.
him. After that,
Ryan says, Clear Lake, can't leave it behind.
Well, if we nuke it, then there's no Clear Lake left. So
What's the speed limit there?
the speed limit?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
on Clear Lake. On all the lakes in California. Isn't it like 35?
No, Clear Lake doesn't have a speed limit, but every other lake on the face of California does.
Okay, do you
35.
still have to do that like muscle clearing thing on
yep,
Clear
yep.
Lake?
Yep.
You went to Clear Lake, right?
The
I
Delta.
thought you did. Oh.
So, Ryan and Scott, I'm gonna let you. I know this is gonna blow your mind. Like, is it?
Gary will relocate.
All right. One. When you drive with a trailer anywhere other than the state of California, you can drive the same speed as everybody else on the road.
you can't in California.
No, you
They're
have to.
restricted to 50 miles an hour. Doesn't matter what.
Most everybody's doing it. Oh, you're supposed to.
Yeah, and then you get pulled over.
Really?
Yeah.
But they enforce it?
Oh,
Get the fudge out of here.
hello, communist states enforce everything. What are you talking about?
Fire them.
Did you ever get pulled over?
No, because
He
I never
fired-
sped like that.
He fired them. You just say fired.
So that's number one. Number two, right? If you go to Florida, right, and you go 85 miles an hour on a 75 mile an hour freeway,
Someone passes you.
past the cop,
Don't give a shit.
he doesn't care. Even if you're pulling your basket, nobody gives a shit.
We did it.
Yeah.
Fact.
They don't care. 'Cause
You
you know
could
what?
probably go 100 and they wouldn't care.
They wouldn't care, especially if it's rad, because they're like, he's got somewhere to be. Right. So, especially if you're in Clueston, fuck, you got a rat boat in Clueston, you're like, you bring money to my town. You're good, right? So that's it. And then it doesn't matter if you drove down 15 miles of dirt road to get to the lake that you happen to put your boat on. You can go 100 miles an hour as long as you don't kill yourself or somebody else. You ain't getting a ticket. Because nobody gives a shit, right? You might run aground. That won't kill you though, because it's probably mud or sand, and you might scratch up the bottom of your boat, and it'll look ugly. But
You need to get some rock tammers.
the only problem with that is, so Florida has these things. They're called dinosaurs.
We hit one. Potentially.
No, we did. No, we did tap one. We did tap
That's what
one.
you thought we might have.
Yeah, we were going down the river in about 25 feet of water, and we tapped something.
You didn't go in the weeds, did you?
No, we tapped it. Like, it's very rare. if you hit
Nothing
it
like
hard
the
enough-
story I heard about the sandbar incident.
No, not in a sandbar. It's very rare if you hit it hard enough to actually go up on the levee.
Rare, you say.
Rare.
Well, but it does happen.
I got pictures to prove.
I know I had to burn that fire.
Yep. And yeah,
Uh-oh. The cat's back.
Yeah.
And the little man's in here.
So, but that was down in the Everglades, and like there's like 7 billion alligators per square inch down there. So, I mean, your chance of hitting them down there is like 100%.
That's why cat is not allowed outside in Florida.
No.
He will be food.
Cat equals food. That's a fact. Because if he's not food to alligator, he's food to iguana, or he's food to something.
Snake or something out there.
Yeah.
The cat let me pet it
So-
tonight. Something's wrong.
People like talk about Texas, like Texas down here, things will eat you. I'm like, okay.
He's getting better about being around people.
That's twice I've touched the cat today. I just pet the cat's tail.
He's getting a lot better. We've
I'm
had a
not
lot
going
more
to pet him
people
anymore
around.
because he let me pet his tail, so I'm going to leave him alone so we can build our trust and
He didn't
confidence
run
together.
away from me.
No, we're going to keep this rapport where it is, and we'll build it again later.
Yep.
There's no point in burning it.
So, anyway, by the way, if you can build rapport with a cat, you're an awesome human being. If you can build rapport with a dog, you're just fucking, you have a heartbeat.
But if you can build rapport with a human being, you're not a liberal.
Gary Manager says, I like when George beached his boat. I'm scared.
We saw where that was.
Dude, I took George to that place
He
where
was like
George,
right here.
I was like, hey, right there, right there. And
He's
then
like, you see where we're not going to go?
right there.
That guy.
Because I started going up there and the water was a little low. And I started, like, my trolling motor started running into the ground. I was like, oh, see, we got to go this way. Because George Evans decided that
He wanted to beach his boat.
apparently, here's the dumb thing. Like, George Evans, get the fuck out of your boat and push your boat off the sandbar. I mean, what?
Mate, you made me dance for an hour.
I did. Because the water was cold. Did you want to get on the water?
Yeah, you didn't make me take my clothes off when I was dancing, so it was negotiable at that point.
Right.
Ryan Wong says that Florida is a training ground for
Funny,
Australia.
Oh, they've got a
Oh,
hell
this
of a-
is true because we
yeah.
don't have emus.
And they got sandbars that go for like hundreds of miles. There's some crazy videos of dudes running to sandbars in Australia.
What are you doing?
Just sitting here.
You're touching things.
He likes the keyboard.
My child is touching things. I'm gonna slap him
Why?
because I can. He's about to turn 13 in about 4 or 5 months.
It's already bad enough that we have a 15-year-old.
I know, my daughter just turned 15. Just wait till your daughter's turn 15.
How much shit do you?
I'm laughing, Elise.
They make it that
You go
long.
74.
So we were talking about schools, right? And so schools down in Polk County, apparently the best one is down in Lake Wales, right? And it's a charter school, right? Which
Good.
they can get into, especially my kids can get into because they're already in the charter school system for Florida, right? Because they were in charter school
And that's the way it is here too.
down
Because
in Miami.
once Anastasia got in, a lot of lane.
And so we had them. Charter school system in Miami was perfect because being active duty down there, that was an automatic approval for them to go in, right?
Write that down,
What?
please, dear. Or make a mental note of that. That's a campaign note right there, because that's not the case in North Carolina.
Really?
My kids started school while I was in active duty. We applied for the lottery for it to get into charter school.
That's dumb.
Not anymore. Not after May 17th.
So, and that's all schools in the Miami area or in Homestead area.
Yeah. Well, if you look at like the regular public schools in Homestead,
Have you seen North Carolina?
what are you talking about?
They're better here.
Really?
Yes, by
Then
Our
like
kids are
Florida?
having a
I
great
thought
10 times.
Florida had a good school system.
Why are you talking about?
No.
Florida does have a good charter school system. Phenomenal charter school system.
Yeah, I did like the charter school that the kids were at. They had
Yeah.
really good.
Really good
And you go,
teachers.
programs.
oh, and you go to public school here, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
their
mean,
public school is great. Actually,
Where do you go?
he goes
Carolina.
Jacksonville Thomas.
Yes.
You went to Carolina,
Last
whatever,
First or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
elementary. That was last year. You've been
No,
at
you're
Jacksonville
gangster.
Commons for almost a year, dude.
You straight
Did
gangster,
not
huh?
like their administration at,
No, oh
at
my
Commons or at Carolina Forest.
God. But so anyway, we were talking about that. So we could live anywhere. We're like, well, the buses might not come here. And they're like, well, that's okay because we're gonna have a driver next year.
That's what it is. I couldn't tell if it, what the hell it smelled. It's your coffee.
Yep.
Like, why is there a weird
Well,
coffee
you
smell?
put your nut. You move the cat.
I did touch one.
Especially our cat.
Yeah.
He's got to put his nose in everything.
Slap the shit out of
I know.
I'll drink a
That's why
water
I'm
bottle. He's got to put his nose in the water bottle to be able to smell it.
it. He woke me up the other morning because he decided that he had to put his nose up my nose.
Did he
I was
sniff
sleeping.
it?
Or he randomly.
Jerry is asking, what does Adam's shirt say? Adam, what does your shirt say?
It's one of my sponsors. It's Whitetail Heaven Outfitters.
Cool.
They're based out of here in Kentucky. They do whitetail deer hunts, turkey hunts, trophy bass fishing in Florida. But they've got a lodge in Lexington, Brandenburg, Nicholasville, and we got a lodge in Aberdeen, Ohio, Volusia County, Florida. So if you want to go down and go turkey hunting, shoot some Osceolas, and then go bass fishing. But Tevis McCullough, he runs it. I used to work for him years ago, and we just grew a friendship and stuff. So he jumped on board with me this year to try to help me out. So
Dude, that's
it's still
badass.
cold here in Kentucky a little bit, as you can tell with the wind back. So
How do people get a hold of that?
usually Facebook. He does a lot of giveaways too. If you get on whitetailheavenoutfitters.com or get on Facebook and look them up, they do a lot of. I don't know if you're supposed to say this word on the internet no more because I think it's banned, but they do gun giveaways.
Oh my
there's
God,
a
God, you
bunch.
showed me.
Oh, I showed him through there. Take that out.
So
You slut.
Yes, sir.
I already put yours in the bedroom.
Facebook's probably the best way.
Is that your boat right there, Adam?
It is. This is it's a 2018 Phoenix PHX 20. Hopefully next year we'll be able to get a newer boat if we get to fish again next year. But this is probably this is the most expensive boat I've ever owned. But it's I mean, hole wise and stuff, big water and stuff. It does awesome. So of course we got the Croft on there just like the truck.
That looks good in that red.
Dude, you guys, you did a good job of putting that right
Yeah.
together.
Hold on. Ryan
yeah,
is asking if you could.
Where'd the boat go?
What about?
God damn it, George, sit down. I'll send you a
I'm
picture.
trying to the boat.
Just watch the video.
Right here,
Oh, yeah,
right
come
here,
on.
George.
There it is.
Ryan Wong is asking what you got on the front of your boat. How you got your boat set up on the front deck there, Adam.
Well, I run a 1222 SV, which I got from you guys over at Croft. So I run my live scope, and then this year I got 2 lives from Cross Industries, 12-inch HDS lives. Had 3 carbons on here, so I kept the carbon up front because one thing I really use this graph for is mainly just mapping and 2D, and then of course I run 2 of the lives at the console, but the front deck wise, I mean, sometimes I won't even turn that HDS carbon on. I'll just run the live scope. But if I do turn it on, it's mainly for mapping, waypoints, and which that's one thing about Lowrance. I mean, I say they're top notch when it comes to like waypoints and getting it pretty solid there. And of course, it's a Minn Kota Ultrex. I just had to replace this. This is a brand new trolling motor. So
That's a
the one that was on front of the boat is getting rebuilt. Motor go out. So it's been a very expensive year.
Yeah, those motors have had that particular model in general has had a lot of problems.
Dude, I was on the Lowrance Tips and Tricks page, right? And it's a group page on Facebook. If you have a Lowrance and you're not on that page, look it up and go on there. There's a lot of people ask a lot of questions on here. The chance is that somebody's going to have an answer on there. Russell Marine Products goes on there a lot of times. Russell Marine Products, a bunch of assholes. I don't care for them. Fuck them. But they do come up with some pretty good answers. The guys that actually own the company, they're not good people. I don't usually say that publicly about people. But
They're getting close to next week.
yeah.
You're just getting used to it.
Remember the whole fucking filter thing? Yeah, I broke that.
No, you said you don't have one, so it's fine.
Yeah, I broke the fact that I don't have one.
Well, you warned
Ryan says thank you, Adam.
So
for breaking the filter.
anyway,
Yeah, no problem. Have y'all heard any more about the pluses? Have y'all got any of those in yet?
well, we don't have any of them in. So here's the thing about the pluses, right? We have so many pre-orders in that we're not going to have any on stock probably until like July, August timeframe, and that's a fact.
That's crazy.
So
We're looking at middle of May now.
right,
If I put any orders in right now, that's what we're looking at.
Wow.
yeah. So like the people who have put pre-orders in, they're going to get them as soon as they come in, right? Which should be the start of next month,
Depending on how many we get.
right? And it's first come, first serve, right? So the amount that we get allotted from our supplier is what's going to go out first, right? And remember, our supplier is, supplying not only us, but,
Holy shit.
other retailers. What time? What are you always
7:15.
shitting?
I didn't realize how late it was.
Well, go fuck yourself.
I will later. Don't you worry.
But
I was gonna act like that.
Why are you all talking? What's up, Bubba?
Huh?
You got questions?
It's still way over his head. I'm so glad that
No,
he's
no.
still young.
He must have had a question since they were pointing to him.
but anyway, so
What do you need? Your glass is empty, so there's a big glass hole in it. What do you need?
more of that.
Brought ice too.
Yeah, I know.
Here, let me go get you guys.
And a Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who non-secutor motherfucker?
If you didn't ask me, I would have had the answer. What we were
At least
talking
where
about.
were we at?
He threw me with that.
Well, you were talking about the Garmin pluses.
Okay,
Oh, you're
Garmin
talking about
Plus.
back
Okay, yeah, back order. So the first come first serve, right? So those of y'all who put in the orders first for the Garmin Plus, those are the first ones that are going to ship out, right? The next ones to ship out are it's going to go in order. So our supplier, he's got more than us to supply, so we have a certain amount allotted to us, as he has a certain amount allotted to his other retailers, and that's just the way it is. As c'est la vie, as they say. So that's where we're at the moment. So the only, like, I get messages all the time saying, "Hey, let me know when this is, in stock." Yada yada yada. 2 or 3 months down the road, I'm not gonna remember that you asked for me to let you know that it was in stock. Okay, I'm sorry. That it sounds bad, but and I would love to let you know there's a stock because I would love to make a sale, but
Here. We get yours.
it's going to be a while. And George has to go because he's got a friend driving down from New York. Is a cat involved?
My dog eats cats.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Your other dog's dead though.
Yeah, and the other one's the one that eats the cats, though. This dog, the other dog that's still alive, has gone through a window, out a door, through a screen, over a fence,
To
under
eat
a
a cat?
fence.
Yes.
Yeah, she's eaten several cats in her lifetime.
It's taunting her.
What happens is she gets the cat
Can you put a
around.
little bit
She
of
gets
that
the
in
cat
there?
like right here, you know. And
You know
so
what the
cat's,
problem
like,
with dogs
dangling.
is like the problem with dogs is that you could be Vladimir Putin and they'll still like you.
Can you put a little bit of that in there? Please? Because that's the last one. Thank you.
You ask ahead of time.
I was trying to.
So the problem with dogs is
He's
you could be
like
Vladimir
dragon,
Putin
like-
and they would still like you. Whereas cats, they don't.
Cats are very temperamental.
No, cats just understand like who's who in the zoo, and if you're a fuckhead, then
I've
They won't
always
have anything to do.
wanted a tiger.
see, and if you're Vladimir Putin, a tiger would eat you.
Yeah, but I'm not. So I mean,
And
I
so
don't-
I'm
it
good
still
with
may
Vladimir Putin getting a tiger.
Right. I mean, and I don't think I will because there's still a potential of eat me.
But
It's
You
fucking,
might be Vladimir Putin
and it's a big cat.
in an
Well, you know,
American body.
well, if you remember, he was going like this across the mic and his hand going through it. So he's got some weird witchcraft stuff going on, and people in the South believe in witchcraft.
I didn't see that, but all right. Voodoo, you do?
I mean, I don't do the voodoo, but there are people that. I mean, by my old house was actually like literally a witch, like shop.
We are not north enough to do like Salem witch trials.
No, I mean like legit though. She's fact. I mean, they're like it's like a witch
It's a
shop, bro.
metaphysical shop.
Are you a witch?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. You haven't
No.
figured it out
Not
yet.
usually.
Not usually.
What?
Okay.
Huh?
So we digress.
That one would have gone south quick.
Other than that, all right. All of y'all, I really appreciate you coming in. I really appreciate Adam
Yeah,
joining.
thank you very much, Adam, for giving us some insight on retirement and this next.
Yes, ma'am.
And Adam's mom, thank you for joining in, watching her son. That's it. I understand where you're coming from watching him. I know watching my own kids, if they were to grow up doing the same thing, I'd be the same way, watching everything they had to do. I love my kids more than life itself. So,
These are teenagers.
We have some comments saying that cats taste better,
cats
And
might taste
dog.
better.
Well, we're
that
tiny-
dogs are awesome, and Gary breeds and sells boxers.
And we will go to a Chinese
Not the
restaurant and
boxer
see which one tastes the best.
Those are different.
Well, a lot of people think dogs are awesome because they don't have to try to get their dog to love them.
They've never owned a husky.
Adam, your mom says that she's really proud of you.
Oh yeah, she's probably my biggest supporter. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I mean, she made a lot of sacrifices
Those
growing
two
up.
are sweet. I played with those at Best
She was
Buy.
Army for 27 years. If it wasn't for the sacrifices she made, I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna put a cherry on it here or try to sugarcoat it. If it wasn't for her and the companies that stepped up this year, I wouldn't have been able to do it financially. So it's been pretty neat to be able to go through this with her this year. Her travel, she's my travel buddy. So, but yeah, I would give a huge shout out to her. If it wasn't for her, this never would be possible for me. So.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
Brian
pretty
Wong says that Mama Savage, your support is awesome.
cool. And that's, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, she's definitely awesome. She's a GA.
My mom was the same way when I joined the Marine Corps. She was always out
Yeah,
there.
My mom would drag new recruiters to the high school. She taught in the high school, and she'd slam the door in dude's face. And one,
You're trying
she's
to
like, I joined the Marine Corps. You can go to hell. I'm like, hell, I'm not. 2 years later, you went.
Yeah.
So, with that, we gotta let the Papastrats go because they got a friend driving in from New York,
Cat eating time, baby.
New York City.
Nowhere near there.
Ooh.
Well, whatever. The whole state's New York City, right? So it's
Well,
okay.
no, that's the opposite. New York City creates a bad vibe for everything other than New York City because New York City's an island. It's not even connected to the rest of New York. Other
Why
than by a
don't you
bridge.
just blow it up?
Upstaters been trying to do that for 20 years. We've been trying to say they should be their own state for a very long time. Not blow them up.
Even Adam's laughing.
We've been trying to do that for 20 years. I mean,
All right. Do you
I've
want to
never
do
heard of
a
it.
reminder for next week's?
we are going to do a reminder. I will put up a scheduled live. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm
He'll do it
frankly just
Monday.
not fucking going to do it tonight.
He'll do it Monday.
But I will do it sometime this weekend or
Between-
Monday.
Between now and Friday of next week.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good time frame.
And everybody will be able to join up. If you're on the West Coast, please, again, 8:45 is when we're going live. The ceremony does not start until noon. Okay?
So
So
it's 3 hours less than noon. 9 o'clock West Coast.
9.
Okay.
Not the German 9 for you Nazis out there. But
0900.
yeah, the German 3, right? I do the American 3. Has that involved?
Yeah.
So does this 3. And this one.
And this one.
Yeah.
West side.
Wow.
So, y'all take out. We're digressing. Adam,
That
proud
was
of you.
South
I
Point.
appreciate all your support. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, man.
awesome to be with you this year. So good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate all the support, man. Thank you.
Nowhere near as loud as that not sideline. There was Chiller Missile yesterday bringing that loud one in Thailand.